everyone, this is Megan Kraus, and this is my staff presentation at the beginning of the year for you guys about tort liability. And we're just going to go over this a little bit. It's just another law that we need to make sure as a staff that we are fully immersed in and making sure that we are following it 100% and just trying to protect ourselves and our students. So, you're probably trying to figure out what is tort liability. No, it is not the apple dish that you're probably all hoping that we could go at right now. But tort is a legal duty to compensate someone for damages caused. It is a result of a court sentence where the wrongdoer has to pay for the injury committed against the victim. So, we just need to really be cautious of how we're treating our students. I know you all do a great job of this. It's just something we have to go over. Some examples of what tort liability is. There's something called intentional tort, and this is something you intend to do to another person that causes damage. So, for example, like battery, the intentional inflict of harmful, offensive contact. So this is when you're going out of your way to try to hurt someone. There's also assault, giving someone the reasonable belief that you're going to inflict harmful or offensive contact. So assault is kind of like battery, that you're wanting to inflict harmful or offensive contact, but battery, you're doing it. Assault, you're more talking about it or saying you're going to do it. And then there's also false imprisonment. You're confining someone against their will. So those are just a few examples. We have a few more. Some intentional infliction of emotional distress is when you intentionally inflict emotional distress on another person. It just means that you are going out of your way to make them feel this way. So, I know we have some students in our building that try to do this to other students. So, tort can happen not only when us as adults or as educators are doing it, but also can happen student to student. So we need to just definitely watch that. There's also torts to property. There's trespass to land. So going on someone else's land without permission. And then there's also trespass to chattel, which is taking someone's movable property. So, for example, if you hear a student talk about, oh yeah, my grandpa's car was stolen last night, that would be trespass to chattel because that's movable property. Or a trailer got stolen out of their yard, that's movable property. Okay, so how can you avoid getting caught and avoid not getting messed up in court laws and that type of thing? You can always make sure you get consent from someone. So in court, you could say that they gave you consent or agreed to the action that hurt them, no matter what it might have been. So if you, I would always say try to get written consent for sure, so you have it in writing. But definitely consent is one way to avoid getting caught. Self-defense, you can harm someone and not get sued for it if you're using a reasonable force from keeping someone from harming you or touching you in a harmful way. So if they're coming at you and you are protecting yourself, that would be self-defense, and so you could claim self-defense in the court of law. And also necessity, when you're allowed to damage someone's property to keep something much worse from happening. So say you see a fire started, so you have to cut this person's chain link fence to get into it. That would be necessity. You had to cut this fence to be able to get in to be able to help stop the fire. So that's definitely a necessity. So definitely make sure you're thinking about all of this as you're working through this year. The main one I wanted to go over was in our classroom. The key is just always, always, always to love and keep our students safe. But we also need to continue to listen to our students. If they're telling us something or that someone's doing something, we definitely have to be aware and figure out what's going on. We need to collaborate with others in the school, meaning if you hear something from a student, or if one brother is telling you this, the younger brother or older brother might be telling you this, we need to collaborate to try to figure out what the real story is, or if there really is something going on here. We need to support each other, so we definitely have to have each other's backs. That doesn't mean you lie for the person or cover up for them. Just definitely mean to support each other in whatever happens. And then we need to know knowledge of what tort is and how we can be safe from it. And again, like I said, that's why we're going over this policy today and what tort is. just so that we can be safe and be protective here in our school and keep our students safe as well as ourselves. So, that's all I have on tort for you guys today. If you have any other questions, you can definitely reach out to me, as you know. You could also go to, here's some resources in the summary of kind of more of what I talked about. If you want to look at that, you can as well. It's always available. I will email it out to all of you. Just again, thank you for listening. Thank you for being here, and let's go have a great, successful year. Thanks, guys.